Hi, my name's Adam Chamberlain from Elite Pro Golf, and today we're going to talk about the grip. It's lockdown. What are we going to work on at home that we really hate doing? So for those of you that may slice the golf ball, hey, listen up. This video is one that you really need to listen to. Okay, if you leak the ball to the right or if you lack distance, this video is one that you need to listen to. Now, the reason I say that is, and so strongly, is the grip is the hardest thing in golf to change. It's really, really difficult. Let's lose lockdown to sit in front of the TV and work on our grip. Okay, so what does a good grip look like? Okay, now, and why am I talking specifically to the slicers here or people that leak the ball or lose a bit of distance? Mainly because the hold has one of the most influences on why they are losing distance and losing the ball to the right and leaving the club face open. So what causes that? Okay, so let's jump straight into what it should look like. I'm not going to go into too much detail about why and how yours may be wrong, but what we should be looking for, if you're leaking the ball, we need to see at least 2.5, 3 knuckles. I'm going to put it out there. Let's see 3 knuckles. As you look down like this, you want to be able to see 3 knuckles of your lead hand. So the left hand for a right-handed golfer, right hand for a left-handed golfer. So we'll see 3 knuckles. And now placement, really, really important. And why is that? Okay, so as I come close to the camera here, we need to make sure that this club sits along the base of the fingers, not up in the palm, because what tends to happen is everyone gets the club up into the palm like this. You get a gap here at the base of the hand, and if I let go of all the fingers, you're going to see the club falls out. We want this club to run across the base of our fingers like this, so when we grip round, the top of the pad here is sitting directly on top. I can't get any finger in between my little finger and the top of the club, and if I let go, it rests on top. Now, why is this really, really important, the placement of the grip along the fingers? It's really important because this allows us to use our wrist properly, okay? Allows that to work. Okay, now from face on, we want to make sure it's along the base. Here's what everyone goes wrong. They put it on from underneath, then they get their hand across and it doesn't come far enough across. So we need to allow this grip to sit this way across the base of the fingers. Now, as I said earlier, we want to see at least 2 or 3 knuckles. Now, if you notice here, this is what most people do. They put their hands on it. It feels a bit awkward with my wrist here. They're kind of too much cupping here. Now, why is that? Now, the reason is because we're trying to put this hand on perfectly and the butt of our club points to the middle of our body. What we really want to do here is point the butt of the club, so keep the club face square, point the butt of the club towards our left side of our body, or left pocket if you like, then put the hands on this way, not underneath, side on like this, and then as you put the hand on this position here, you'll find that this wrist is much flatter with the handle forwards and it doesn't feel awkward like it does when you got it at the middle of it and you pull it across. So that is a real key tip that I've learned over the years. All of a sudden, that people find it much, much easier and it's sustainable with their grip. Okay, now the right hand comes over and just covers the left hand. You want the middle lifeline here to kind of cover and sit directly on top of the thumb, and again fill in the fingers so these wrists can work. Okay, now for those of you, I want you to kind of slice the ball. You can even go slightly stronger than this, and also at address, make sure the club face is square or at least a little bit closed. If you leak the ball to the right, you definitely don't want the club face open. Okay, that is a no-no. So we want it at least square, if not slightly closed. Now everyone's going to watch this video and go, geez, why are you advocating a non-square club face at address? Well, simply this. For those people that have chronically struggled to square the club face, why would you want the club face square at address? Really, why would you want it square at address? I'll say that again. There's no way you want the club face square if you really struggle to get the club face back shut. And also, the golf ball does not care how it looks at address. Simply understand this. Over the history of the game, there has been many players that address with the club face slightly closed at address and slightly open at address in relation to where their ball misses. So let's not be proud here. You don't have to have it perfectly straight, because I tell you what, all your friends won't care one little bit when you're hitting it longer and straighter than them, even if your club face is a little bit closed, okay? So it's a little bit of a cheat, but it definitely works, and there's been many pros over the history of the game, again, I'll repeat that have used this technique. Now let's lead into why the wrists are so important. So now the wrists are moving this way. They're able to hinge. That's going to allow us to set the club properly, give us more speed. It's going to allow these wrists to be able to release the club and the power properly. Now let's look into grip pressure, okay? Now I've taught an awful lot over the years that obviously, you want quite a light grip pressure. Main reason is because I see so many people throttling the golf club and gripping it to grim death. Now here's another checkpoint for you for the grip perspective and pressure specifically. If you look at your grips, okay, this is a fairly new club for me, new wedge, but if you were looking down at your grip and you see any one of these grips, some indentations in your grip, you are pressing the club too tightly or the club is moving some way when you swing. Most of the time you're gripping it too tight. So you'll see some wear marks, but if you see an indication, and certainly I see that a lot for a right-handed golfer in the right hand or right thumb, I'll put it out, I've never seen a pro golfer with a really bad wear mark in the right hand. I just haven't seen that. I'm sure there's probably someone out there that does do that, but I haven't seen that. So that means you're gripping it too tight. So what does grip pressure mean? Light grip pressure, is that worthwhile? Actually, I think no. I think you can have too light a grip and then you can't control the club. It's too loose. You let go of it at the top of the swing, comes out of the fingers. That's not useful. So what is good grip pressure? I would say good grip pressure is where you can't twist the club face very well. So somebody couldn't come and try and pull the club and twist it out of my hands. I've got control of that. But my wrists here and my arms this way are very flexible. So there is plenty of wrist action, there's plenty of softness of the arms. Now why is this really important? Well, when you're swinging a golf club, the force of the body moving and the weight pressure moving and turning around us, the forces are pulling the club face tight, called centrifugal, centripetal force, however you want to technically describe that. It's being pulled outward, just like a whipping action this way. It's really, as you crack that towel or whip, your arm extends. That's what happens. Now, we see a lot of players that pull on the club and bend their arms, and that's exactly what they're doing. For your arms to be bent at impact and look this way, you have to be imparting force on the club towards you. So your muscles are contracting, pulling the club towards you, when the force of the club swinging around you should be pulling your arms straight. So that is where I see a big link in grip pressure. And remember, you can have strong fingers, but you want your wrist to be able to function and your arms to be soft. So grip pressure doesn't just mean it specifically in the fingers. Pressure can be in the wrists, it can be in the forearms, it can be in the shoulders and the arms as well. So we need to make sure that we're aware of this, because I think that what I've just talked about there is one of the keys to playing consistent golf repeatedly, because under pressure, most people tense up. We need to understand this so that we can control it, and this will enable you to play well. So, recap on the video. We want to make sure that if you leak the ball to the right, we want the club, remember, not underneath, but across the fingers this way. We want to make sure that the pad is on top, the little finger is full of the club. We need to see at least 3 knuckles on the left-hand side. And if you're a big slicer or leak the ball to the right, definitely want the club face square or slightly closed at address. I promise you, practice this during lockdown in front of the TV so you get used to it without a ball. Come back, you'll play better golf, I promise. Any questions, let me know. If you'd like any tips, please reply to the email and we will do you a video over this lockdown period to help you play better golf, because spring's around the corner. We're going to get out and play some good golf. Hopefully once this vaccine is getting rolled out and everyone can get vaccinated. Can't wait to see you all back soon. Take care and stay safe.